Hello there, I am Sam from Naze Knits and this is episode, I think 9. I really should check. Yeah, so welcome back if you've been here before. If not, hello, welcome, you're very welcome here. We are a disabled inclusive podcast. Happy Disability Month for everybody that celebrates it. Yay, whoop whoop. You know, someone's got to talk about it. It's not the big corporations. Anyway, let's talk. I've got lots of things to show you. I have been busy. Sorry I wasn't here last week. Had a bit of a week, you know what it's like. Anyway, so yeah, I have been busy, but not doing the things that I thought I'd be doing. I had a little bit of a, not brainwave, but I just, definitely not a brainwave. Never had brainwaves. But I just had a bit of a want to knit something, and I heard about this person and what they do, and I had a look at their patterns and fell down a massive rabbit hole, which is still ongoing. I do feel like Alice in Wonderland at the moment. Sock Wonderland, I should say. Maybe that should be the title of the podcast. Alice in Sock Wonderland. That would be quite funny, actually. I make myself laugh. Anyway, yeah, so the pattern itself, I fell in love with, I should say, is the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks. So to give you a little bit of backstory, I've had some really delicious yarn from Camels Yarn for about a month or so, and it was just screaming out to be socks. Like, it's an alpaca cashmere silk mix, feels like clouds, and I was just like, I would really like to make that into a really nice pair of socks. And I'd already brought a sock book previously, one of the Lane ones, like the 52 weeks of socks, and I had attempted before to try and make socks from it, but it's really confusing. If you've never knitted socks before, you don't know the terms, it's like a different language again, you know. Like, I've learned some knitting language, but this is a whole new level of knitting language. Like gusset, hello, you know, what the I've only heard gusset from like buying underwear. Didn't know socks had gussets. But what a good word is gusset, you know. But I digress. Yeah, so I did try and knit a sock out of that book, but I didn't have much joy and I just frogged it. But that was a couple of months ago. So yeah, I saw this Crazy Sock Ladies thing. I can't remember who talked about her, but like I saw it on a podcast. If it's your podcast, I apologise. My brain is complete trash at the moment. I'll go into that later. So yeah, because my brain was complete trash, I thought I'd try and attempt socks. Yeah, so I saw the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern, and then I saw she had a tutorial with it as well on YouTube, which honestly, game changer. Like, I've been on tutorial videos before and everything like that, but the effort that this lady has put into these videos is incredible. Like, you taught me how to make socks. I am forever grateful. Yeah, so I got the vanilla socks pattern. It was the 1 for 4 ply fingering weight, and I chose the 9-inch circulars because I had some 9-inch circular Chiago needles. So I thought, brilliant, the right gauge, everything. So I thought I'd give it a go. And honestly, I haven't stopped knitting socks since, and that was more than 2 weeks ago. So just shows you, either I'm really, really slow at knitting socks, or I've really loved doing it. Yeah, so the socks themselves that I've knitted are these. You've probably seen it on the picture, to be fair. Now, ignore the fact they're a little bit loved, because to be honest, I've barely got them. I barely got them off my feet, even though it's the middle of summer. I live in a really old house and downstairs the floors are super cold, and I just wanted something to keep my feet warm. And these socks, honestly, the yarn keeps your feet cool and warm at the same time. They just completely regulate your feet, which is a game changer for me because I'm always cold. Yeah, just make them a little bit less creased and loved. So sock one, you can see I've been wearing. These have not been blocked, they've just been worn. There's no time for blocking for these puppies. These are just go straight on my feet. They are the same size, the same height, I think. I hope. They feel like it. Yeah, the yarn is gorgeous. You see? This is, I've shown it to you before, but this is it knitted up. This is Camels Yarn, How on Toe or Flower Day. It was the May Club. So if you haven't opened your May Club, I apologise. I have completely spoiled it for you, but it's July now. So yeah, so it's like all your pastel dreams basically. Oh, they're so soft. I just want to put them on again. Yeah, so I've been wearing these a lot, and yeah, I love the fact that because they are natural, they are antibacterial, so yeah, I can wear them as much as I like, and I'll just wash them when they get filthy, you know. So yeah, really happy with that. What did I knit these on? 2.25s, I believe. I'd show you the needles, but I have another pair of socks on. I'll show you them in a minute. Yeah, so the yarn itself is comfort fingering, Camels Yarn, 70% alpaca, 10%, oh, baby alpaca, I should say, like little fluffy baby alpacas, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. Do yourself a favour. Get the pattern, get yourself some really nice alpaca yarn, and make yourself some nice snuggly socks. They literally took me a day and a half, 2 days. Like I was determined to make these puppies, so yeah, I did knit on them constantly, and I was just ended up with like little claw hands. So I'm a bit slower with my sock knitting now. But yeah, I found it really comfortable. Can't do magic loop. I didn't do magic loop for the toes. She suggested using magic loop for the toe. I didn't. I just did like little I did it as much as I could on the circulars, and when it got to the Kitchener stitch, I did a Kitchener stitch. I love Kitchener stitch. I had to write it down, but I really enjoyed doing Kitchener stitch. Who knew? I've been putting it off. Loved it. Weird, the things that I really enjoy and the things that I hate. Like, it's completely opposite to what I thought I'd. But yeah, so it's Kitchener stitch. I just held the circulars like you would magic loop to do the Kitchener, and I was fine. So I haven't gone as small as she suggests. I think she says like 8 stitches or 6 stitches. I didn't do that. Still fits fine. So if you have problems with magic loop as well, it's a little hack for you. Yeah, so I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased with them. They fit so nice. I had no idea. Like, these don't have any elastic in, and you know, like normally socks are very heavily elasticated and they're quite constricting on your feet. And for someone who has sensitivity issues, it's just a dream to wear these. I don't feel constricted. They're just really, really good. Yeah, so very, very happy with my first pair of socks. So because I did so well with those, my husband was quite impressed. So normally that refers to I'm going to have to make him a pair of socks. I didn't have to, he didn't ask me to, but you know, he liked the feel of them and everything. And then I heard the common thread, if you haven't seen our podcast, check it out, talk about how she was knitting a pair of socks on DK and it was a lot quicker. And me being me, thought, I might give that a go. Now, the crazy sock lady has a DK vanilla sock pattern. I thought, you know, my viewers would like to have a comparison. Is it better to knit in 4-ply or is it better to knit in DK? And I had to buy more. I had to buy more yarn. So I brought the DK version of the Comfort Fingering. So this is Comfort DK by the Camels Yarn. This colour is Marazion. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's another one of their club colourways, but I'm not sure. Why am I doing this? Yeah, so, and it's lots of lovely blues, steely greys. Oh, it's just absolutely delicious. It reminds me of like a stormy sea. So I got this yarn for him because he deserves it, and I'm a good wife. You know, you gotta be, haven't you? It keeps me in yarn. So, and this is the first sock. I love how it, sorry, it's not me farting, it's the sofa. I didn't realise how noisy this sofa is. I will keep still from now on. Yeah, but it's got some lovely colour pooling as well. I liking how it's like diagonaled a little bit there. But, oh, that's really cool. It does remind me of the sea quite significantly. He's tried it on, it fits, he's happy. He is begging me to knit his second one. I'm finding that I'm not going on to Sock Island yet, but that's because I'm still interested in the pattern and learning the pattern. So I'm definitely like getting better at the heel flaps and the turns and the gusset and all that kind of thing, and making sure the toes, getting my kitchen snitch, kitchen snitch, the toe, you know. The only thing I found with the DK, it's just because of the type of yarn it is, super slippy, this one, on the metal needles. So I could do with like a 9-inch circular wooden needle. I haven't tried sourcing one yet. Is there one out there? If there is, let me know. But yeah, for this kind of yarn, it was a lot slippier. Considering it's the same yarn as this one, it's been interesting. When I first started using it, I was dropping a lot of stitches, but I'm getting better at it now. I know how to make it behave now. And this is the second one. So I've done the heel, I've done the thing, and now I'm just decreasing and going into the foot. So yeah, so you should have these in a day or two, depending if I cast anything else on. Yeah, so yes, knits a lot quicker. If I had better needles, probably even quicker. It's also, I'm really liking the DK for like a chunky winter sock. So I think I'd probably get this yarn again for me and make myself a nice chunky I like slipper socks like this. It's really nice. But there is no elastic in them, so I'm wondering how this will keep going. So it's something to find out. I have given him a list of instructions for these socks already. You do not wear them outside. You do. He's like, I need instructions for socks. Like, you do not put these in shoes. They will turn holy. You be careful with them. Yeah. Yeah, you know it's not going to go well if you have to give your husband instructions for socks. You know, I wanted to try the DK, so he's got some socks. Yeah, so it doesn't stop there. So I was like, okay, well, I still have some sock yarn left over from, what's it called? The Caitlin Hunter jumper I made. No, I haven't sorted that out yet. I think I've got enough left for socks because I only used about 10, maybe 15 grams of the ball of yarn. So, oh, that reminds me, out of the 100 grams for these socks, I still have this much left. So I can make myself a second pair of socks if I hold it with another maybe mini skein. So I'm going to get myself two pairs of these puppies. Smug face. So I'm happy. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. Yeah, so I thought I may use this yarn for what it's intended, because remember that's the reason I got the sock set in the first place, is I wanted to knit socks and I hadn't seen the colour because it's like a surprise club type thing. And then I got the yarn, I was like, I need to make something that's seen in this yarn. Well, I've done that, but I still have a lot left over. So I'm going to make some socks because it came with a mini skein as well because it was a skein set. Yeah, so I will show you. So this is number 1 sock, and I wanted to try out an elasticated yarn as well with socks. Again, vanilla sock. I'm going to be knitting this type of sock for a while until I am 100% confident in it. Loving the sock in this yarn. Oh, like it's so pretty. I forgot to change to this colour for this bit, but we're going to ignore that. I will do the toe, hopefully, if I remember. Yeah, so this is the Merry Maiden sock set. So this is the main skein, this is the mini skein. I think you can buy them separately in different yarn weights and types and stuff like that. Just have a look on our website. She's quite good at keeping it updated and things like that. Yeah, so I'm excited to wear these as well and see how these come up. But at least I can wear these ones in shoes. So I'd be worried about breaking these and making holes in these if I wore these out. Not like I'm moving my feet around very much in the wheelchair, but you know. But at least these, I feel a little bit less scared of making holes in them, or, you know, what have I done there? Oh, it's too far along now. I've done like a weird stitch thing. I don't know how I've done that. Yeah, so I'm loving the colour of it though. So that is what I've been doing. So my other patterns, I have been doing a little bit, but to be honest, the last 2 weeks I have had such terrible brain fog, like worst that I've ever had, worst that I've ever had. And it's been 2 weeks worth. I've been flaring. The brain fog is the worst though. Like, it's not just saying the wrong thing, it's forgetting everything. Literally, like, I have forgotten notes because I showed you the Is a Cold last podcast and I'd made a couple of mistakes, but you know, I was happy with it. But I carried on knitting it and I completely and utterly made a balls up of it, just purely because my brain couldn't focus on the pattern. So I was getting confused each which way. So I have learnt significantly, do not do cabling or any kind of difficult, not even difficult, but something with a lot of steps or lots of changing steps. Do not do that with brain fog. Especially this level of brain fog, or if I'm flaring, because it will just go. So I've frogged it. I'm okay about it. I'm also a little bit concerned I might be a little bit iffy with mohair. I'm finding it's irritating my hands, which I didn't know. So we'll see how I go with mohair, because I don't want to get rid of that New Day mohair because it is stunning. But I think I'm gonna hold off using mohair for a little bit. Pardon me, need liquid sustenance. Yeah, so I don't know why, like, I've used mohair before, but I just really noticed held double with that woolly knit cone really irritated my hands. Like, not like really itchy, but they were just a little bit, you know, so I need to think through the mohair thing. I like Surrey, so it's not an issue, but I've got a few mohairs, so I'm a little bit, might persevere. Try something, try and do it something else. This sofa is really squeaking. What the bloody hell? I haven't sat on this sofa for a little while. Yeah, the only thing that I've been knitting that I've already got cast on, I don't have that many cast ons really. I've got 2 socks. I have my shawl, which I didn't touch because I was like, excuse me, my French, if I'm mucking up, if I'm mucking up the Isacold, I am gonna wait for that shawl. So yeah, hopefully in a couple of days I'll be able to do some, because I really want to get knitting on that. I really do, but I just don't want to F it up, you know. I'll give you an update on the Ripple Camisole. I've been knitting the Ripple Camisole by Jessie Maed Designs. Excuse me, I'm reading my notes because my brain is... I've knitted it out of GLOAM by Nervous Fibre. It's also an alpaca. 70%, 20% cashmere, 10% silk. This has also taught me a lot about myself in knitting. This was supposed to be a quick knit. I think it is a quick knit if you don't mind ribbing. I do not like ribbing. It's okay when you've got to do a little bit on like the sleeves or you know, like it's only like a couple of rows, maybe 10 rows, and then you're done and you're like, oh, stockinette, woo, you've got something to focus on. When something is 100% ribbing, I lose the will. Is there something called Ribbing Island? Because I am on it. I am on it, but I'm persevering because I really want this top. Really want this top. It's a beautiful pattern. But I think it's to do with my hands mobility. It's just like I can't do it quick, and it's just like, you know. So I have taken a leaf out of, God, my brain, jeez. Sorry, notes. Nitty Natty. I believe she was struggling with a pattern. She was knitting something. I can't remember what she was knitting. But she was struggling with something. She wasn't enjoying knitting it, but she wanted to knit it and wanted to get it finished. So she was saying that she was doing 30 minutes in the morning. So when she first wakes up, she does a bit of knitting. I kind of do that as well if I feel up for it. So I thought, I'm going to try that. And I have been cracking on with it. Oh gosh. It's like the never-ending story, you know? I keep thinking, oh, I don't have that much to go. And then I measure it on myself and I'm like, no, I need to do another 3 inches. So yeah, absolutely stunning colour. Love it to pieces. Love GLOAM. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, but like again, Natty said you need it to be to about here, and then you split for the top bit. I've got another couple of inches, I'd say. So I would say probably in about a week or 2, 3, maybe, I may have a vest top. But I really want this because it's going to be perfect as like a layering piece. I can wear it in the autumn, I can wear it in the winter, under stuff as like a vest, but it stretches out. Like, it's pretty cool. But yeah. And I still have my mistake in there, and I don't think it's that noticeable. You know, it's not that noticeable, is it? You know, it's that one. Yeah. Just, you know, but I'm happy to live with my mistakes. But it's so soft. I can't wait to wear it. It's just ribbing. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be making a jumper purely of ribbing anytime soon. I had ideas of making a Lanark at some point. It's not going to happen. It's No, 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 no. So yeah, that is the knitting I have done the last 2 weeks, which in some ways I feel like I've done a lot of knitting, but then it's like, it's just little socks. So it's just like, yeah, so I don't actually have any big projects on the needles at the moment apart from my shawl. So I do have ideas of what I want to knit. This freaking sofa. Well, it didn't make a noise before. There we go. Move back a bit. That's a bit better. It's constantly sound like I'm windy. Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah, so I do have future ideas, and I think I'm going to cast one on later today, or definitely this week. I'll insert a picture here. Cloudberry tea by Fibre Tales. So I'm really love that. It's like a little tea with little berry flowery designs on the sleeves. You know, I think that would be really pretty. Looks quite simple construction, and yeah, I want to do that. So I'm thinking, sorry, I forgot to take this out of the bag. I meant to. Thinking I've got a couple of skeins of this, which you've probably seen before. It's Ventures and Yarncraft Undyed Sock, LUXE sock. It's 85% superwash extra fine merino and 15% nylon. It's really soft. It's such a lovely yarn to knit with. I've knit with it a few times now, and yeah, I think use this with the main colour. And then I've got a few like mini skeins that I purchased ages ago when I first started knitting, because I liked the look of them but then didn't know what to knit them with. So I'm thinking I might do the berries and flowers with these. Like, they're pretty cool. I just got them off of Etsy. So Ruffles Crochet Crafts, I believe. I think this one is called Pips. It's got like little neon-y bits, so maybe that one. I've got some like, I've got like a purpley orangey one that might be better for the berries, to be fair, which is called Forest Floor. And then there's this one called Nutty. They're pretty similar colour tones, they just have different speckles. So I've had them for quite a while, probably a year nearly now. So maybe I'll use those, or I'm going to the Summer Wool Festival in a couple of weeks, so maybe I'll find something a little bit more foresty. But I do have the Foxes by Midnight mini skein set as well, so you know. But I don't think I need to think about the sleeve colour bits for quite a while, so I think I'll just crack on with this and then decide what I want to do. I'll swatch probably today and see what I think. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've got 2 other plans as well, but I'm waiting for deliveries. One is coming in the next week or so, which is a pigment ply Gaia club type thing. I think it's 6 mini skeins, so I'm waiting for that. And in August I've got another mini skein set from I'll insert, but it's the Little Women's skein set. I've talked about it before. I've got that coming as well, but I want to hold both of them with this. So, but I could hold a Little Women with the platter. I might do that because I want to knit a swancho. Women's quite pastely, so I think that would go really nice with the platter. And then I want to hold this with the pigment and ply, if it works, and make a ghost horse. Main things I want to knit. So yeah, so I'm probably going to order some more of this. but I want to get started on the Cloudberry. I need to knit something. I need to knit something big, you know? Yeah, so that is my upcoming plans. I also have some more yarn that I've purchased. I have some acquisitions. Right, apart from the Marazion, which I've already started using. Brain. I will get a podcast out. My brain will work. Yeah, so I have the Camel Yarn Club. If you have not opened your June colourway, please skip ahead 5 minutes, 2 minutes, a couple of minutes. Just skip on by. You know, I don't want to ruin it for you. Yeah, I have an addiction to Camels Yarn, and you know, I'm done fighting it. I'm done fighting it. I just like the colours, the quality is just, oh, like the imagination that goes into the colourways, you know, it's just so nature inspired, and I just love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so this is the June colourway. It's called Tapestry of Minerals. It is comfort fingering. Yes, I went for comfort fingering just because it feels like clouds. Yeah, so it's got a lot more, it's similar to this one, but not pastely. It's more blues, browns. There's no pink in it. Oh, it's a bit green. Oh, nice. You know, it's quite earthy, this one. So this, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna end up as socks. You know, it's gonna end up as socks. So what am I kidding? It's gonna end up as socks. Yeah, so this is destined to be on my feet at some point. So happy about that. Yeah, so it's got to be done. It's just so comfortable. Like it's just a dream to work with. Look at these colours. I don't know if it's coming out properly. You getting that colour? It's like, it looks very pale, but in real life it's quite a ochre-y. There you go. You know, there's some real colours in there, but it's being a bit washed out with the camera. Look at that brown. It's just, oh, yep. So socks. It's got to be socks. So that's one of my purchases. The other purchase is from a new to me yarn dyer. Like I said, going to the Summer Wool Festival in Ampthill in Bedfordshire. It is 10 till 4 on the 29th and 30th of July. It is accessible. I have spoken to the organiser. It's accessible. There's a disabled toilet. There is so many exhibitors as well. I'm quite impressed with how many exhibitors are going to be there. There's loads of food. There's lots of not clubs. Brain. There's demos, there's classes, you know, if you fancy a nice day out, I'm going to take my mum. Tickets are £8 in advance, £10 on the door. Yeah, I'm going to go along. I'm going to go and talk to some people about their yarns. I'm really looking forward to that. This is one of the people I'm going to talk to. It's Magical Yarns. And this colourway is just, oh, right, I'm going to do this now. I've been wanting to do this since I brought it because I'm just obsessed with these colours. Look, oh. Don't turn it into a naughty mess. Look at these. Look at these colours. Oh, I'm yeah. Oh. So, what am I going to knit with it? I'm thinking another Jessie Maed vest type top, not a ribbed one, not the ripple. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up here. Jeez, I didn't write it down. I meant to write it down. I forgot to write it down. Story of my life at the moment. Yeah, so I'm thinking a lovely beach top with this. It really does remind me the colours of one of my favourite paintings. It's Picasso's Three Dancers. If you've been to Tate Modern, you probably know the one I mean. It has a lot of these kind of corally, pinky colours and cobalt blues. It just reminded me of that painting and I had to buy it. So I'm really looking forward to having a really nice top out of this. And yeah, they will be at the Summer Wool Festival. Also interviewing a few other people. I've forgotten to write down, so it will be a surprise for both of us. Oh gosh. Wow. Brain. Yeah, so I've got another I've got 4 interviews lined up. I'll probably line up a few more. So I'm really looking forward to doing that for you and having a really good like explore around the festival. And yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to doing that episode. This is in just merino. Where did I put the thing? Yeah, fingering weight, 100% pure merino wool from Australia. It's super soft, muesling free, certified merino. It's called Ocean Spray. And yeah, I'm looking forward to knitting with this one. I'm going to have to wind that up now, aren't I? Otherwise it's going to turn into a big cluster. Should have thought that through. Anyway. Right, anything else? Anything else? I think I'm pretty much there. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to Summer Wool Festival. I'm thinking of doing some knitting there, having lunch kind of thing. If anyone is going as well and would like, and they're going by themselves or they would like some company, come see me, come chat. I'm going to do some knitting. Yeah, that'll be nice. A little mini meetup kind of thing. Just drop me a message and yeah, that'll be lovely. Just wondering if there's anything else. I don't think there is. I think I'll leave it there just because the brain fog's getting worse as the episode's going along. Yeah, so I'm hoping, no, I'm not hoping. I'm going to do another episode this week. I'm going to get this out for this evening. And I'm going to do another episode. It won't be podcasty. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. It won't be as long as a podcast, but just fancy doing something a little bit different. And I've been meaning to for ages. Like I've been wanting to do like how I got started knitting video and all that kind of thing. And yeah, so I'll get you some more content. Because I am loving doing the podcast, I really am. But I need to do some other content as well. Get it going, because now things are settling and life's been a bit of upheaval, so now everything's settled and you know I can get doing a bit more. So yeah, thank you for visiting me. Not quite. Thank you for joining me, and if you like this podcast, please give me a like and subscribe. Yeah, so I'll get back to knitting and have a bit more to show you, more than socks maybe next time. But probably some more socks because I'm addicted. They're just so easy to knit, aren't they? They're great for car jerseys as well. It's just like do, 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 do. You don't have to look, you don't have to think. Done. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm immediately putting on those socks because I love them. Just saying. Hello. You good boy. What are you doing?
Eating snacks. Take a ball.